Hi everyone and welcome to part 3 of our action RPG series. Now one thing that is quite recognisable from the Diablo games is its UI. So we're going to go through this episode and show you how to set up the block out for our UI, including the 2 resource meters and the action bar slots at the bottom of the screen. So let's get started and take a look at that. Okay, so that's the movement done, and we've got some basic interaction stuff done. So let's now work on some of the UI elements that we associate with a Diablo type game. So what we're going to do is going to create our widget. So we're going to create a new folder, and we'll call it user interface. And we're just going to do a block out widget, nothing too fancy, just so we can see how this works. So first of all, the makeup of a Diablo interface is we have 2 resource bars in the form of these sort of circle shapes on the left and the right. The one on the left is health, and the second one on the right is a resource. And in the middle, we have our various skills and actions on our action bars. So let's create the parent class of our widget. So let's go widget blueprint, and this will be W player HUD. We're then going to create another widget, and we'll call this one W resource. And that's going to be those 2 circle sphere shapes on the left and the right. We also need our action slots. So we're going to go into user interface, widget, and of course one W action slot. Okay, and this is the bare minimum thing that we need. Okay, so we're going to go into our player HUD, and we're going to create our canvas panel like so. And at the bottom here is where we're going to put our resources and action bars. So let's save that, close that. And let's now do our action slot, something really simple. We're not worried about anything special. We're just going to do a little simple box. That is all for now. So put a border in. And I'm actually going to force the size of this one, actually. I'm going to right click on here, wrap with size box. And on the size box, I can tick the width and height override. And I'll set them to something like 80 each. Okay. And that'll do for that. That will do. So we're just blocking it out. We're not doing anything hard, fast here. We're just blocking out. And as for the resource, this is a circular progress bar. Okay. In a sense that it's not, well, not circular. It's a circular shape, but it's a linear progress bar. So we need to mask it, essentially. So if we go to the resource, we'll put a progress bar in. And this progress bar is going to fill up from the top to the bottom. So we need to change bar field type from top to bottom. And if I get the percent here at 0, whoops, wrong line, bottom to top. There we go. And then it'll fill up like so. Okay, so health, and it goes down like that. But as I said, we want to like mask this thing. So I'm actually going to wrap this with a size box first of all. And the size box here, we're going to do width and height override. And set that to, let's say, 200 by 200. Then change this to desired on screen. This will just help us visualize what we're expecting here. So the progress bar, the way you mask out these things on the style here, we've got background image and fill image. So these are what we're going to use to block this out. And a very simple way of doing this is we're going to create a new folder for our textures and materials. We'll put materials, and we're going to do a very simple sphere mask for our material. So I'm going to do material UI, MUI, and we'll do sphere. Open this material up and change it to be a user interface material. So not a surface domain, but a user interface material here, yeah, like this. And we want it to be masked. So go to blend mode and change that to masked, like that. Now we're going to add a sphere mask. And a sphere mask is going to take an A value and B value. So A value is the sort of the coordinate space that it's in. And we're just going to use the texture coordinate space of 0 to 1 in there. The B value is the center of our circle. So I'm going to put a 2 vector in and put in 0.5 and 0.5. Because the texture coordinate space goes between 0 and 1, this 0.5 means it'll be the center of this. So I'll plug that into B. The radius we'll put as 0.5. And hardness I'll leave it 100. And we'll plug that into the final color. like that, and also plug it into opacity mask, like that. I'm going to save this, go back to my resource, and on the background image, we're going to choose our MUI sphere, like that, and we're going to change the draw as here from box to image. There it is. And we do the same for the fill image. We're going to change the image here from what it currently is to MUI sphere, and change from box to image. Okay, and now we've got a very simple circular bar that fills up like that. Okay, as I say, all temporary placeholder stuff until we later on get some actual artwork. So that'll do there. And we can now go back to our player HUD and build out our little bar at the bottom here. So this will be essentially a horizontal box. That's the main crux of the design of this. So put that in there. Scale up a little bit, and I'm going to hold down Control and Shift and hit the bottom one here. Now we'll shift it down to the bottom. And in here, we're going to add a resource. And put that in there. And I'm going to also add in another horizontal box. And inside this horizontal box will be all the actions. So we have action slots. So we're going to have skill 1. I'm going to duplicate it. Skill 1, 2, 3, 4. Left click, right click. Okay, so there's our different slots there. And then we want another resource. So put that in there. Put that side. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on... sorry, the resource doesn't go into that horizontal box. It goes into the other one. So let me just move that around. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we need to tie this up because obviously it looks a bit gross. So we're going to go click on the horizontal box here, and we're going to tick on size to content. Okay. Next, we're going to click on our action slots that we have in here, and we're going to center them in the height there. I'm also going to add a little spacer between the 1, 2, 3, 4 slots and the left and right clicks. So let's just find a little spacer and put that there. And I'm going to change the size on the X here to be 20, maybe 30, something like that. Okay, so it's spaced apart like that. And now we've got a much nicer looking action bar at the bottom of the screen. The resources here, we've got color and opacity changing what they design is. These are currently pretty boring, and we're going to be changing them to different colors in a moment. So we make them more dynamic, and we can change some settings over here to do so. But I'm also going to wrap the border around the whole entire middle section here. So I'm going to click on my horizontal box, and I'm actually going to change the alignment here to be vertical as well. And I'm going to wrap that with a border. And on this border, we're going to change the brush color to something darker. And we're going to change the padding of this in the content there to, let's say, 20. Yeah, 20, that'd be fine. Okay. Now, one thing you may want to do is make it so it overlaps a little bit and stylistically looks a little bit different. So you could, if you want, on the border, change the padding to be a lot larger. So let's say 60, like that. And then I want to bring this bit over to here. So I can click on each resource. I can change the render transform down here on translation. And on the X here, I can put in 30 and overlaps it a bit, makes it look a little bit different. Let's go 40 there. And then this one would be minus 40. There you go. Let's bring it down actually from 60. I'm going to bring it down to 50. There we go. That's better. Okay. And that is our player HUD. Now to get this appearing on the screen, we need to create a HUD class. So let's right click, go blueprint class, and all classes, we're going to search for HUD. HUD class. And we'll call this one Action RPG HUD. And open this up. And on the event graph, on begin play, we're going to create widget. Choose our player HUD. promote this to a variable so we have access to it and can manipulate it later on. Player HUD, we'll call it. And then we're going to add to viewport so we can actually see it. Then I have to tell the game to use my new HUD class. So let's go back to our top-down folder, blueprints, and we're going to go into the game mode. And in the game mode, you can see HUD class. I'm going to change that to my Action RPG HUD. So now we've got our little HUD at the bottom. Okay. Cool. As I said, we can customize our resources. So let's go ahead and do that. Go to user interface, and on the resource here, we're going to have a graph variable. So go to graph, go to variables, and do resource color. And I'm going to change that to a color, and we'll do linear color. Make this editable, and this will allow us to change it when we add it to our player HUD. So with that done there, on the pre-construct, we're going to take out our progress bar. And we want to change the setting that is currently blue here. And the way you can do this for sure is if you go to the right hand side, scroll down, and you'll see fill, color, and opacity. That's what we want to change. So just search from here, fill, color, set fill, color, and opacity. Plug that in, and plug in our resource color. Compile and save. So now if I go back to my player HUD and click on my resource, I should be over here, see resource color, and I can change it to whatever I like. So I'm going to change this over to red for our health. Yeah, okay. And it is. And this one is going to be my mana or strength or something like that. We'll do mana. And oh, if it doesn't appear, it's because my alpha channel is set to 0. Okay. So now we've got those set up. Now, we also want on here see artwork telling us which button is what and so on. So we're going to replace this in a moment with some images, but we're going to put an image above each one of these. Now, the easiest way of doing this is handling those slots on here. And what we're going to do, if I change that to desired on screen, so you can see what it looks like, we're going to put a little indicator up top here, a little image of what button it is. So we're going to go and right click on this border and do overlay. The border we're going to just stretch out like so, but in that overlay we're going to have another image. Chuck that into the overlay, and we're going to keep it that size so it's fairly small compared to the actual thing, and we're going to center it in the top here, but then I want to offset it up. So I'm going to go down to transform, translation, and in the Y, I'm going to do minus 50. Maybe minus 40. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and that'll be our icon image. So I'm going to make that here, image, icon. Go to the graph, and we're going to add a new variable to this one and do control icon, we'll call it. And that'll be a texture 2D. Again, you want to make this editable so we can change it in the player HUD, just like we did with the resources. And on the pre-construct, we'll drag out image icon, set brush from texture, and we're going to choose our control icon. You may want to make sure this has been set something, so right click on this, convert the value that get, plug that in. Okay. So what will happen here on the player HUD, you can see these little icons now appear here. I can click on each one of these and I can change what which icon I want to show. So for example, put a little green man there. This one can have that one there, and so on. So what I'm going to do is actually bring in some graphics already for PC controls. So I can go ahead and find those images in a pack I've just brought in from my library. Textures, and we'll use micro icons for PC, and we'll do light ones. And you see you've got loads of options here. So I'm going to have this docked. Like so. Why is it jumping out to there? Weird. Never mind. We'll just go back. What's the dark ones like? No, we'll go for light ones. Or there's an outline. That might be quite nice. I'm going to go for outline. So in each one of these, I can click on the image I want it to use. So I click on here, go back to my thing, and this would be 1. So I drag it over there. There's 1 now up here. This one will be set to 2. This one set to 3. This one set to 4. This one will be set to left click. So find left click, and there it is. And this one will be set to right click, which is there. Okay, so now we've got all our icons set up, ready to go as well. Excellent. So let's take a look at that in our game. Perfect. And there you go, we've got our block out of our HUD with the action bar slots and our resource meters ready to go. Now these are just blocked out, they're not actually functional just yet. We're going to put in the functionality in later when we develop more on the ability system. Speaking of which, in the next episode, we're going to get started on the ability system. Now, we're not going to use gas. We're going to go through a blueprint-only method, but we're going to go through and start setting up our abilities and their effects. You can watch the next episode right now on patreon.com/Ryan Laley. We can find all my videos early from just $1 a month. Thanks for everyone who's watching. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time.